So Dany goes genocidal on King's Landing. First of all, this is the turning point for her character. This is when she truly becomes the Mad King. Although her motives are different and her mentality, what she is trying to accomplish is ultimately good, the means to which she's trying to accomplish it is just not acceptable. And if you're Jon Snow in this situation, you've been raised your entire life to have honor and to do the right thing. This is not the right thing, okay? There's no way he was just gonna sit with that. So let me cut to Arya. I just want to give a shout out to HBO for the production of this particular scene, because I know obviously so much went into this, but that moment, right, when that white horse appears, and it's this, the cinematography was just beautiful, the music was wonderful, but in that moment, I'm thinking Arya is like, okay, Dany, you're on my fucking list, okay? Because Arya's thing is she takes out people who victimize other people, innocent people, right? That's her thing. And Dany is now super high on this list, top of it, right? So I thought for sure that Arya was going to be the one, okay, to kill her. So cut to the throne and all that stuff. And when Jon stabbed Dany, I was like shocked, but not surprised, because he knows if someone doesn't stop her, a bunch of more innocent people are ultimately going to lose their lives, and that's just something he can't sit with, right? So I get it. But oh my God, I cried, okay? When Drogon shows up and melts that Iron Throne, I just totally, it was so poetic and beautiful and exactly what needed to happen to that Iron Throne, right? And when he picked up her body and just flew off, I'm like, baby, because I think of the dragons as my children. I always have. I'm deeply emotionally tied to them. So you can imagine this has been rough for me, right? When he flies away, I'm just like, yes, I hope he finds happiness wherever he lands, poor baby. But melting that Iron Throne, fuck and a yes, it was it was just beautiful, and I loved that moment. Okay, so let's cut to, of course Jon tells everyone what he did, right? Because he's honorable. So we've got the council, and I love how what's-his-face stands up and is like, I should be king, and Sansa's like, sit down, honey. I also totally loved how Sam was like, I have an idea, democracy, and everyone's like, you're hilarious, and laugh openly at him, by the way. So for Tyrion to suggest that Bran be the king, you guys, logistically, this makes so much sense, okay? And there's that whole thing about not being able to father children, but guess what? Based on what we know about the Three-Eyed Raven, those dudes live pretty long, okay? They're basically immortal. Like, that other one probably would still be alive if the White Walker King hadn't killed him, right? So, potentially, Bran could do this forever. He sees everything from the past, present, and future. Who better to break the wheel, right, than Bran? It totally makes sense to me logistically. And people are hating on that so much. I love how, okay, so let's talk about where everybody ends up. I think Sansa, being queen in the north, of course, right? That bitch has been through so much shit. She's perfectly poised to be a good ruler. And I love how we're talking about the 6 kingdoms now instead of the 7. I think that's brilliant. So Sansa is where she should have always been. And I feel like this was the right thing. Jon going back to the wall. There's no more White Walkers, but there's still the wildlings, right? Him going back to the wall, to me, just makes so much sense. And I love that Ghost made it through all of this, let me just tell you, because the dire wolves I also think of as my children, and I'm just so happy that Ghost survived all of this bullshit. So Jon is exactly where he needs to be. And then let's talk about Arya. Okay, so I love how she is constantly smashing the patriarchy. Gendry's like, marry me, and she's like, you have a castle and you're a lord, but I am no lady. Damn straight. And I love it, every minute of it.